Welcome to the Y.A.S.S podcast. We are glad you're here, and we believe that in listening, we learn. We hereby invite you to join us in these podcast discussions where we look into the life experience of people who have gone through different circumstances and listen to their take, then learn something from them. Hi, welcome to yet another podcast on youth against suicide. Today we have a guest with us who's ready to share with us her story, and I'm hoping that we'll learn a lot, and people who have gone through the same will get to connect with our guest today. Let's get right into it. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for bringing me on the podcast.
We'll start with your story. Tell us your story, just unfiltered, and like your version of the story. So here's your platform.
Thank you so much for bringing me here. So, I really never got to understand like what depression is until this thing happens to me like some time back. Basically, I used to feel like I'm really sad. I cry most of the time. I go to bed crying. I there's some things I do and I'm not proud of. There's some things that are done to me that I really can't erase or stuff. So I used to feel bad. I felt so bad, but I'd never talked to someone. There's so many things that were happening in my life, and I was just chilling. I was just feeling alone. I used to think like maybe I'm a cursed girl, or maybe I'm an outcast. Plus, I used to think like people will judge me and stuff. So one day the time comes and I feel like it's too much and I can't take it, and I feel like the weight of the world is just like too much.
Okay.
So I think of ways like I want to kill myself. So I'm sitting in my bedroom and I tell my brother like, help me with some writing materials. I love writing poetry. So, but I usually write in my phone. But this time I asked my brother, bring me some papers. I want to write poetry. So he's shocked.
Yeah.
He tells me, you've never done this on paper, so why today? I tell her, no, today is very special stuff. My brother is so sensitive, like my elder brother. He's my closest friend. And so he's like, why do you want to write? I insist, give me. So he says, okay, I want to read the poetry, but so I'm giving you like 10 minutes, you write the poetry. Once you're done, bring it to me, I read. So I tell him like, it's okay, cool. But in real sense, I really wanted to write a suicidal note.
A suicide note, yeah.
I was tired.
Yeah.
I wanted to die. So I was taking antidepressants. I had antidepressants in my bag. I usually take because I have bipolar. So I took, like I counted 78 of them. I counted 42. So I'm chilling and I wanted to take them. So I finished scribbling the suicide note immediately, and I start taking them. But my brother just bumped into the room. He's like, what are you doing? Like, what is that? So he didn't know. He tells me, give me the poetry, I want to read like right now. I said, I'm not done. He's asking me, why do you have water in bed? I'm like, no. So he realized like I was like taking pills. So he snatched me. I had only taken 24. Out of 42. So he snatched the pills and he asked me, just climb down. So like he brings me a glass of milk. Then he tells me like, let's go and explain to like our parents like what you've done. I tell him, okay, let's go. They only asked me like, why are you taking pills? I couldn't even answer. Like I remember when I was about to open my mouth, the next time I opened my eyes, I was in a hospital, and my brother was still there. I think I collapsed. So I woke up and my brother is there, and then my brother tells me like, okay, just take it easy, like you will overcome this. So like that was the only closest friend I had. So my brother suggests that I be taken to a mental hospital. So I was taken to Chiromole mental hospital. So when I went there, I met so many people. Like there's always fun, like when we are eating and then like, mbona umekuja hapa? So I told them like, I have bipolar. Hiyo peke yake haiwezi kuleta hapa. Then I told them like, okay, I was trying to kill myself. But I really had a great time at Chiromole. I learned a lot. Like I made so many friends and we talked, and during that time I was thinking I should maybe make peace with my past and stuff. Like there are things I've done and I'm not proud of. There are things that have happened to me. People have wronged me in ways that I really can't even take it. Like I feel like I don't deserve this, but it already happened. So I used to lie on that bed every time, and I used to have a psychologist, and he tells me like, and a counselor, when I go for the session, tell me like, just open up. When you open up, you will heal. But if you continue hiding, you're not gonna heal. So I was like, okay, I really need to open up. Then I say, like, the only person I'm comfy with, that has to be my brother.
Yeah.
And so I felt, I said, like, I've been going through and this, my friend, this guy has stood with me so much. Why don't I just tell him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we sat with my brother one day and I'm telling him all these things. I'm telling him, like, we've been living within this house, but I was raped. And my brother's like, really? How come? Like, it's been 3 years ever since, like, I was raped.
Mm-hmm.
And every day I sleep living with that fear that my uncle might climb my bed again. It just scares me, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you can just imagine waking up one day and you being raped by your uncle. An uncle, I believe family should protect you or something.
Yeah, family actually
so, like,
should.
I never used to think, like, it's a reality until it happened to me. So, like, my uncle raped me not once, not twice, or not thrice. He did it so many times. He blackmailed me because I was so young. I remember. I used to have a phone, but I was on Facebook, yes. But I didn't like I didn't have so much knowledge about phones and people exposing each other. My uncle's like used to have some pictures of me, like during the time of the rape, like he used to take pictures of me. So he tells me, like, if you mess with me, I'll expose these pictures. So anytime I call you, just come. So I felt like so bad, like, what?
Were you living in the same house?
Like, I was living at his place at some point, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, when you're in high school, you love visiting relatives and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was visiting my uncle. His wife had just delivered, so I was going to take care of the baby. By that time, I'm done with Form 4.
Okay.
So I used to have a boyfriend, you know.
Yeah.
Then I tell him, now I've shifted from home. If you want to come see me, just come at my uncle's place. The first day my uncle bumps into this guy, he doesn't like him. So I'm like, why? Me, like I'm grown kidogo. Not really sana, but I think I should make decisions for myself. I know what's bad and what's good for me.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, my uncle tells me, like, I don't want to see that man here anymore. So I'm like, really? Why? So, like, 3 times he used to come and they could just quarrel and stuff. One day they even quarreled. They almost ended up fighting. Like, my uncle slapped him and he slapped him back. So that was the day, like, I actually got raped. So my uncle pushed me into the house and tied me on the bed. Then I was like, uncle, what do you want to do? Then he's like, shut up. This guy, like, you know, I really always like to think that I'm dreaming, but it's not really a dream. So he raped me, like, until I felt so much pain, like, and I bleeded so much.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
But then he still comes to me and tells me, like, you know, if you don't come, I'll take these pictures to Facebook, wherever you saw. I'm just young, you know, and say, like, okay, I'm done with school. What if people saw my pictures on Facebook? What will even my mother say on stuff? So I just chilled. So I left the place eventually, but I still used to go back because anytime he'd call me, like, I don't have a choice. I used to live in fear. I was so scared every time.
He was in this position of power and
power, and he's blackmailing me. Like, I'm so young.
And he's your uncle,
and he's my uncle.
We are taught to respect and stuff.
You know, so I'm like, okay. I was thinking of the baby, I was thinking of my aunt. So what if I tell my aunt? These people sleep together, the husband and wife. My aunt might also say, like, I'm the one who wanted the husband. I was scared of the judgment, of, like, the outcome. What if I tell my mother? My mother is a very harsh person. My uncle might be sent to prison. And every time, like, his daughter will be asking, where's my father? They will be telling her, go and ask that girl. Yeah. So I was like, really? No. Let me just keep quiet.
I think that's one of the things that many people go through,
like
the survivor's remorse.
The outcome, What will people say? So I was thinking, like, you know, my uncle is in jail, and every time someone asks about him,
now and he has a child,
the story has to come, like, even me.
Full circle,
like, I used to go to school, so I used to have friends. Like, if you ask my friend at school, I'm a very jovial person. I love to laugh, and so they wouldn't even notice. I would cry at night and go to school and I would laugh. I would tell them stories. So we sit with them and they don't know what I'm going through, but I'm going through hell. My heart gets heavy every time. Every time I see, like, boys approaching, I feel scared. They wouldn't even notice. They were so like, okay, this girl's just okay. I remember even when my friends, like, had I committed suicide, they were like, no, it can't be her. She's not the one. That girl is so strong. They never knew.
Many people, when you have a personality like
I used to help, like, people even, like, you don't have depression, but I'm helping other people overcome the depression. Then I used to tell God, like, so I've helped this girl today or this boy, but I'm coming back to reality at night. A sad girl with a smile. So I used to say like, okay.
What was that process for you, where there's a juxtaposition where you have this lovely personality, you can make your friends laugh, but when you're alone behind closed doors, you really sink.
Like now that's faking. It's very hard to make. Like, sometimes I can be sitting and then I remember. So I have to hold back the tears because I'm so emotional. And at times I just cry, and so I have to hold that. So, but if I feel like the tears are coming, I will say, let me rush to the loo or something. I'm coming. So I will just tell myself, please don't cry. Hold on till you get the bedroom. Quite some time I used to live in fear. I cried.
So, was that like a trigger to your depression?
Yeah. So like I was developing depression, but I didn't know. So I love watching like soap operas. Yeah. So like I also watched like a girl who was raped, but this one was raped with boys in school. So she used to cut herself to feel okay. So I also developed that habit. I bought a razor blade and I started cutting myself like the way she's doing. So I used to cut myself. Very bad. I used to even injure myself. So when the blood is flowing, I could feel so well. Anytime I'm trembling, I cut myself. Until I became addicted. I could not do without the razor. I need the razor to survive. I need this razor to stop trembling and stuff so that people won't notice. But then my brother noticed one day. I told my brother I want to really quit cutting myself. It's not helping me. So my brother told me, you'll be giving me the razor blade, I sleep with it. If you tremble, I give it. If you tremble, I don't give it back to you. I sleep with it like 2 days. I give back to you like after 2 days. You cut yourself, give me back till you swear. So I gave my brother like on a weekend Friday, and we were going to the dining, and I'm trembling, and he's like, people are watching you, so I don't know how you'll explain because I'm not giving you back the razor. So my brother told me, just tremble. If you want to fall down, just fall. But you have to. I used to tremble because now I'm addicted to the razor. I must cut myself to feel something. So there was a time like my brother had to leave for work in Mombasa, and I was left alone. Now I don't have anyone to give the razor. So I'm like, okay, now this is me. I'll just have to cut myself. I don't have anyone. So my brother will text me and we'll argue. Because it's like, now I can't. Now you want me to leave, quit my job and come and watch you with the razor. So I felt like, no, I'm really stressing this guy. He's done so much for me. And this is me. This is my life. If I continue cutting myself, so what? What next? I feel so much pain and I convince myself like I'm feeling okay. I have to stop. I went on. I placed the razor in the Bible. I forgot the page. So anytime I would want to take the razor, I would flip through the Bible. Then I'll just remain glued to some page. Then I'll read the Bible and fell asleep. That day goes. Again, tomorrow I'll go for the razor again. I don't know the page that I placed in. Like it went on like that, until I completely recovered. Like I was never using the razor. I have it, like used to see it, but I was not. I didn't have that urge to use the razor. So I said, okay, this one is done. Now I want to feel okay. I want to feel free. I want to feel open. So I told my uncle, you can take the pictures even to the media if you want to. Like I'm tired of your frustrations and everything. I'm not coming anymore. That was now actually I've joined Instagram and stuff, and I've seen people being exposed. So I was okay, I'm not gonna be the first one. So I was ready. I was sure he was gonna do it. He never did it. But I tried as much as possible to avoid him. People judge me so bad. People really judge, and I even told my brother like the world has judged me.
I really hate the society because we, the society, are the ones who made you go through this situation, and then now judge you for the situation.
They say like my uncle, they say no, you are the one who went for your uncle. People don't want to listen that your side of the story. People are not. They just listen and then they pick their own version of who, what, how you made it. So.
And a part of this story is to spread awareness that these things do happen. These things do happen. You said you had cleared school by that time. People expect you to be defensive, to have a voice, but no, these things do happen, and the more we expect people to hide and shy away from this is how we are encouraging these things to continue happening. So I really hope that we are creating a platform here by you sharing the story that there is this type of abuse. So this year I just decided, no, it's enough. So I was even telling my brother I'm gonna take like my own space. Okay. This is my health and it matters. Reclaiming yourself.
So I said I'll pray. Like I was listening to some motivation speaker, then I think the person said like, pray. People will wonder how you've done it, but just pray. I think even I've always written that prayer on my status, on my WhatsApp status. Just bless me indeed. Enlarge my territories. Let your hand keep me, that I may never cause pain. So every time I used to recite that prayer all the time, and I would add a few little lines. So like for some time I used to have like something like a burden. I used to feel like maybe my heart is not like that normal. Like, right now I'm feeling so free, but there was a point like I used to feel like my heart it's like so tight. I feel so much pain.
It's actually a condition when you go through depression.
Yeah. So like, and then I'm breathing so fast, and I'll get attached to myself. I'll think about myself more than any other person. Yeah. So I told myself like, I'll start counting from 1 to 100. I know I cannot even reach out to 10 or something, but I'll start telling myself 1, don't get mad. 2, don't be arrogant. 3, don't be sad. Bipolar. I shout at people so much, like, I get pissed easily. So I said like, okay, I have bipolar and I can't take it away. But anytime I'm pissed off, I'll just start counting. Don't be arrogant. Don't be mad. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'll just count until I lose count, even if I don't reach to 100, but I'm just learning, I'm learning to count from 1 to 100 slowly. So I've been doing that and breathing in, breathe. I'll tell myself, breathe.
Okay.
And for real, it has really helped me, like
the breathing exercises and the counting.
Like, I can count, like I've gone like to bed 2 weeks, not crying. I've slept like going to bed, even if I go late to bed, but I've gone to that bed without regretting anything. Like I made peace with my past. I say like, okay, it happened. This is me. I cannot change. Although if I get time, I would like to go back and erase all those memories.
But right now, what you have to do
I realize I have also hurt some people, and people have hurt me, and this is me. We cannot change this. So I told myself like, the future is bright. It doesn't matter, and you're not alone. So I felt like when I went to Chiromo, actually taped me to realize like I'm not alone. So I said, I'll do this for me. So every day I pray, and anytime I feel pissed off or like I have suicidal thoughts, I start counting 1 to 100 slowly. I even have antidepressants. Like I haven't taken them for like 3 months.
Oh, okay.
But I always needed those antidepressants because the doctor said like I was so violent, so I was given those antidepressants. When you're given antidepressants, you become numb and dizzy. So like I have to go to campus and stuff. How do I go to school dizzy?
When you're dizzy and numb.
So when they say like, I'm not taking these antidepressants, I can do this.
They really affects your daily life. Yeah,
and I struggled those times until I'm telling you like I've achieved 2 weeks. 2 weeks for me, it's like a blessing.
It's a very big deal.
Like I've gone to bed. Like I was telling even God yesterday, like God, you are there. I've gone to bed 2 weeks without crying. I sit most of the time. I've been sitting indoors alone, and I've not cried. Like really.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because anytime I was alone, like I used to cry. So I'm telling God, like this is something, like this is a blessing.
Yeah,
and I'm telling God, like I really just want you to help me to maintain this consistency. Like I don't want to go back to where I came from. I don't want to go back to killing myself, to thinking about killing myself. Yeah, because like really, I want to live. I really want to see what the future has in store for me. I have dreams and everything. I'm telling God, like this is me. Do this for me, and it's been working. Like for real, I can say like. I feel okay. Though I've not like really healed, but I feel okay. I have triggers. I have some triggers around me all the time, but I'm learning. I'm learning to deal with the triggers one by one. And actually, mentality starts with you. If you say I want to heal, you will heal. The decision has to come from you. Yeah.
Thank you for the story. One thing I really, really loved about the story was your brother. The first time you tried to commit suicide, the way he really noticed. So the whole thing about the peer counseling and peer support system in Y.A.S.S, we really want people to be there like that. Just notice the small things. The small things matter. And then another thing I loved about your story is your resilience, because clearly it's one of our hardest stories so far. And I love how you gave yourself time to hurt, because it's a really hurtful process. You have to give yourself time to hurt, and then you finally made the decision to now it's my time to heal, it's my time to actively heal. And I always point out to that selfish moment where you say, it's me, I'm going to fight for me. You stop thinking about this and this, because that's a part of the survivor's remorse. You stop thinking about what will they say, what will they, and you decide that it's time for me. And I really loved how you did that. I'd like to ask a person going through a similar situation, what would you tell them?
Just choose yourself. Choose yourself before judgment, frustration. It's never like the person who is abused fault. The person who abused you is the one at fault. But you being abused, it's never your fault. The judgment is not yours to carry. The shame is not yours. It's his or her. So talk to someone.
I really hope that now with this platform that people can come out and like really say their stories, express. If you really need to talk to a person and you don't want to expose the whole shenanigans of it all, you can just come and talk to us. Just a person talking to you. We are not going to share your secret, but just feel like you are talking to someone.
Like if you talk to someone, once you open up, you feel like the burden is off your chest. I want people to feel like this is a safe place. This is a safe place where you can just be you. No filters. Just be yourself. No filters, no anything, no masks. Like, remove your mask. Feel free. Like, be yourself, you know?
So thank you for the enlightening experience, and I've really loved your perspective on the whole matter. And I really hope that the person who listens to this and is going through the same really gets a lot from you. And we are really thankful as Y.A.S.S Youth Against Suicide for being part of this.
Thank you. I'm also humble. Like, I really want to help a lot of people. Thank you for bringing me on the podcast.